Film Sports Talk worldwide with some news from the world of boxing. So y'all know what time it is. You ain't in a rush to get concussed. Now, it's heavyweights, and it is what it is. Every second day we're talking about them, right? We're talking about our three undefeated heavyweight champions, Anthony Joshua, Joseph Parker, and Deontay Wilder. Three undefeated champions. Say it every second day now. But it is what it is. Now, I haven't checked no news lately, right? About to get ready to watch me, the Greek Freak, against your boy, Russell Westbrook, right? So before that happens, figured I'll holler at y'all about something that I meant to talk about a day ago. And that's heavyweight greats, or one is a legend, and one is a former champion. George Foreman and your boy Hakeem Rahman. These guys both say they got Anthony Joshua. If they had to fight against Deontay Wilder, they're going with Joshua. George Foreman says, it's the future. He thinks he likes what he sees on Anthony Joshua, and it is what it is. And I agree with him. Anthony Joshua got to be careful, but I just don't like to go too fast with any of these guys, right? Hakeem Rahman just thinks he says it's close. He goes 55%, 45 for Joshua, and 45 for Deontay Wilder. He sees a close fight, but he thinks Joshua edges that. And that's cool, because two American guys, unbiased, just saying what they think, right? And it's the same way when you look at some English guys, that think Deontay Wilder wins. David Price, former heavyweight juggernaut, who, they kind of was hyping like Joshua before your boy Tony Thompson got there. So he knows how it is to fall, right? He thinks, Deontay Wilder wins. Tyson Fury thinks Deontay Wilder knocks him out. Dave Caldwell, the trainer from Tony Bellew, he thinks Wilder too. And he also said this, which is very significant. He said this. He said, listen, Tony Bellew will fight Tyson Fury. What is Tyson Fury? 6'9", 270 when he's fit, but about 290 right now because he's been lost. He was over 300, whatever. Big dude, right? He would let Tony Bellew fight him any day of the week. But he doesn't want to go anywhere near Deontay Wilder. Near him. And he tells you why, he tells you why he's too quick and it's one punch, knockout power, and he's too quick. He's going to land that and he still has the length and blah, blah, blah. The things that most people don't want to hear for some reason when you talk about Wilder. But anyway, that's just something kind of significant. So those are British guys who think Wilder wins. What we have here, gentlemen, is a fight that, it's on. Everybody's, you don't matter what side of the fence. These are two guys knock each other out, and they don't need each other. Because I'm going to tell you what, the longer they don't fight, the more the fights that they have will be insignificant. Imagine this. Let's just go through a little scenario, because we can't. Think to the future, 3 years from now, and these guys still haven't fought. And they're undefeated, provided they still do that. Well, who in the heck will they fight in their time, in the meantime? Who's out there was like, man, we ain't got to fight each other. We got so-and-so, so-and-so, and so. Who? Right? Because especially when you're talking about people that think they know boxing, that calls like everybody except the dude they like a bum. Right? So when you have those, according to these kind of people, there's no one to fight. Right? So imagine these guys go 3 years and we're letting them marinate and all that. Who you going to be marinated with? Who you going to be fighting in the meantime? It doesn't, the heavyweight division, let the fans or whatever you want to call them tell it, it's bum country. So you only have like 4 guys that are not bums. And the other ones are doped. I've said it before. So, now that they're getting undoped, now they're getting back. But there was no one to really fight. So you're going to have 3 years and you don't fight. So, and people going to keep coming to your fights no matter where you are. I don't even think England going for that. You think you had the Joshua fight. Let him fight 3 more fights and then one of them ain't Deontay Wilder. And even you going to be like, dude, no. And if Deontay Wilder get away and all of a sudden he just stopped calling Joshua out and I don't want to fight him no more. Joshua said, come on, man, 50-50, let's fight. and Deontay Wilder say no and stuff like that, you think Deontay Wilder fans gonna be like, yo, but we were down with Deontay anyway? Ain't happening. No. End of the day, everyone wants to see them fight. And I think at this time, they have to. And we ain't ignoring Joseph Parker, but we just ain't talking about it right now. Somebody got to beat him first, and Louis the Real King Kong Ortiz. Those are the major players right now. Now, not slighting any of the other guys that are around, but in the meantime, y'all handle y'all business so you can crystallize yourselves into getting in that top 4. Because it is a top 4. You know, just like if you was talking tennis. It's a top 4. You know? It's a top 4. You got Rafa Nadal, you know, Roger Federer, Fed Express, Djokovic, 12-time Grand Slam winner, and then you got Andy Murray. Let Luis Ortiz be the Andy Murray of this one. But he's in that big 4. So if they can handle that and get unification, it'll be good. But if they don't fight each other, watch the fans of whoever it is. They're going to go in a different direction. So, going back to the top, 2 American legends. George Foreman, let me go back to him for a second. My second favorite heavyweight of all time. Someone who was able to who was menacing, knocking people out during the Muhammad Ali time, the Joe Frazier time. Nobody did Joe Frazier like that, or Ken Norton like that, right? Ali had to come up with that good strategy to beat him in the Rumble of the Jungle. But this is George Foreman. Lead boxing 10 years. Go preach. 10 years. Come back a totally different man. Heavy. Slower than he was in the first place. And still be able to win the heavyweight championship. Okay, now people try to say it's Michael Moore. Well, there are too many other people beating up Michael Moore. And Michael Moore was winning that fight by the time he got stopped. Right? Michael Moore is somebody. You know, George Foreman, Shannon Briggs still running around talking about let's go check. Right? George Foreman beat that man. They gave it to Shannon Briggs, but who knows why. George Foreman hung in there with Evander Holyfield. This is the old George Foreman, 45-year-old. So, you know, this is one of my favorites of all time. He's only behind Lennox Lewis, in my opinion. Right? So he's got something to say, and we listen. He got Joshua. And so does Hakeem Rahman. He stood in there with Lennox Lewis. You know, his claim to fame is knocking Lennox Lewis out and beating your boy here, David Tua. That's pretty good stuff. And was a champion. So his opinion counts. Right? So those are champions. When I say David Price said Wilder when he wasn't no champion. Tyson Fury said it. He was a champion. Right? David Caldwell, well, he's the trainer of a champion. So all these opinions count. That's, you know, how it is. So let's see what happens going forward. That was a little something I thought was interesting, just to let you know, people really think this is a 50-50 fight. And I've never heard someone say it's not going to be a good fight. And that's all we want. Throwing Sports Talk Worldwide. And I'm up out of here, y'all.